for us. They are focused on a massive carcass. Their behavior is unexpected. Since we're in no danger, let's try to identify the carcass. Scan all exposed flesh to collect DNA data.
It's really a shame that Time Machine VR decided to be an educational title, because the story and premise is actually quite novel. You're charged with going back in time, all the way back to the Jurassic era, to scan and research the physiology and behaviors of prehistoric creatures that are all somehow connected to a virus that's wiping out humanity in the future. You travel in a small vehicle, floating beneath the water in the past and hovering above the ground in the future. Most vehicle or cockpit-based games have done well to eliminate motion sickness in VR. Tie that with a fairly slow speed of your pod's movement, and most players shouldn't have too much trouble here. Now, the first thing I do in every VR game, naturally, is to look around. And although I found head tracking in Time Machine to be precise, the environments are weird. They remind me of Ace Combat 4 on the PlayStation 2, or almost every 3DO game ever. What I mean is that, say, compared to Robinson the Journey, that goes for realism by adding lots of detail and tons of foliage with realistic terrain geometry, Time Machine VR often relies instead on flat surfaces with sharp angles, all wrapped in low-resolution textures. The effect is certainly unique and gives this game a look all its own, but I can only assume that this was done to allow for more realistic creatures, and the wildlife here is where the graphics shine. You're given the ability to temporarily freeze time, which allows you to get right up and close while you scan these prehistoric beasts, which is certainly this game's selling point.
Preliminary analysis indicates that they are not a pack. The largest one is male, and the rest.
But at $30, Time Travel VR is way too overpriced. The main story is only about 2.5 hours long, and while there's plenty to do post-credits, the overall educational vibe keeps the experience from being truly enthralling. Your ship's computer will talk to you constantly, narrating as if you're walking through the Natural History Museum instead of actually traveling through time. Look, I like the idea of exploring a pay scale, different prices for different games, but those prices, they need to be fair. The Martian charged me $20 for something that should have been free. Meanwhile, Here They Lie charged me $20, and I would have happily paid $40. At $10, this would have been a glowing review, but at 3 times that, it's a tough sell, and definitely not a recommendation that I can make.
The cadet needs everything you can offer. If you want to help me, look after the cadet, search for the cure.
Of course, Doctor.
Keep up the excellent work.